So now that we are past the retreat, because it's Wednesday after the retreat as of the time of this recording, again, I found myself thinking, okay, what's next? What should we do? How do we follow up with the guys? How do we set up the page so that we can get people interested on a wait list for the next one? We're going to do it in Costa Rica. Maybe I should start inquiring about places. What are we going to do down there? Can we do cold plunges? Well, of course, we'll figure it out, but it'll be a little more challenging finding an ice guy to bring us over some ice, because we won't be able to just chuck it in some coolers and throw it in the garage like we did on this one. You know, are we going to go surfing maybe because we'll be in Costa Rica? Why wouldn't we, right? Maybe we can bring the e-foils down. That was one of the things that the guys talked about was, well, maybe you can fly down with them. It's only like $200-300 to pack oversized bag cargo. So maybe we can do that. And then, well, is there a lake around that we can do it? Because it's a little more challenging on the ocean. It's not impossible, but it's a little more challenging, especially with reefs and currents and all of that stuff. So all of these questions started coming up, and I wanted to default to planning the next thing. But instead, I decided to slow down, and we talked about it in the river today, and now I'm talking about it here now. And I've already had a couple of things come to my mind, and I already have people reaching out to me too that have seen us sharing about the experience over the last week that are saying, this sounds incredible. I want to be there. And all the guys that were there said, whenever the next one is, count me in, I'm in. So we have created this momentum. And that's the last thing I'll maybe say is that when we do create momentum, we have to recognize that this is the thing that we desire in many cases. It's not necessarily the destination and the end goal, like the next retreat in Costa Rica. It's this momentum. It's this feeling of like, man, I didn't just find my tribe, I created it. And those people showed up and they said, I want the same things that you're talking about too. And I'm here in my relationship where somebody else might be here. So let me help you get to here, or vice versa, right? Like maybe somebody else is ultra successful in business, but their relationship is really struggling, or they're not just with their spouse or partner, but with their kids even too. So we're constantly able to balance each other and lift each other up, and then also say, hey, slow down, slow down. You say you want better connection with your kids, but you're not actually, your actions are not aligning with that. You're still a workaholic. You're still focusing on the next board you can sit on. You're focusing on the next dollar you can create in your life. You're focusing on the next tool or cool thing that you can buy, a car or a one wheel or whatever the case might be. And when you find that tribe, it's really special. It really is. And I am grateful, and I'm also acknowledging myself and Mike for showing up and creating this too. So I'm grateful for everything that's transpired to date and the people that showed up and the level of commitment that they showed up with and the vulnerability and the honesty and the truth that they spoke at that retreat and how they're showing up in their lives now that they've left, because the world needs more of that. But I'm also acknowledging Mike and I for creating that. And we speak about this. In fact, Mike has a podcast that's going to be launching here soon called the Conscious Creator Podcast. And it revolves around things just like that, which is we are the conscious creators of our reality. We create everything in our lives, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. And it's easy for us to go, no, sometimes fate just kicks in, or like, well, I can't predict what's going to happen with the economy or with renting my place. This is a reality for me right now. We need to rent our house still. But the truth is that I am the conscious creator of all of that though. My committed action on a daily basis and how I choose to show up and what I call into my life shows up for me at the right time. I just need to be consciously aware enough to recognize it and then move when those opportunities present themselves. And when you start moving, that's where you create momentum. And then when you have momentum, it's a matter of keeping it going, right? When you are rolling something down the hill, it just keeps going. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed that clip and you want to watch the full unedited episode, go ahead and click over here. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me. Thanks so much.